Welcome to Chinese History and Mythology. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Investiture of the Gods. Let's pick up right where we left off. One day, outside Zhaojie City, at the spot where the recruitment notice was posted, two men walked over. These two looked truly terrifying. One of them had a face as blue as indigo water. His eyes shone like golden lamps. His mouth was huge, and his teeth stuck out like a wild beast's. His whole body was tall and powerfully built. The other one had a face the color of green melon skin. His mouth was as wide as a bowl of blood. His teeth looked like a row of short swords. His hair was bright red like cinnabar, and two small horns grew from both sides of his head. He looked extremely strange. Fei Lian spotted them from afar, and even he felt a little scared. The two men walked to the notice board, bowed, and stood still. Fei Lian asked, "Where do you two heroes come from? What are your names?" The two men bent down and answered, "We are loyal subjects of His Majesty. We are people of the Shang. We heard Jiang Ziya has rebelled and attacked the gates of the Heavenly Sun. My brother and I want to serve under the king's command and repay the nation's kindness. We do not want rank or gold. We only wish to defeat the Zhou army and wash away the king's shame. My name is Gao Ming, and this is my younger brother, Gao Zhu." Fei Lian nodded. "You two have honest hearts and great ambition. Impressive." He immediately brought them into the palace to meet King Zhou of Shang. When King Zhou saw how strange and fierce they looked, and felt the strong energy around them, he said, "You two are true heroes." Right there on Deer Terrace, he appointed both of them as generals of divine might. Gao Ming and Gao Zhu knelt and accepted the decree. King Zhou ordered, "Let the imperial officer accompany these two generals for wine." They stepped out for a moment, fixed their crowns and robes, then waited at Xianqing Hall for the feast. They drank all the way into the night, thanked the king, and left the court. The next morning, King Zhou issued an order. Gao Ming and Gao Zhu, together with the imperial envoy, were to deliver the king's gift Sheep of Shang and royal wind to Mingjun. Gao Ming and Gao Zhu set out with the envoy and arrived at Menjian. Yuan Hong and the generals of the Shang camp came out to receive the decree. They entered the main tent, opened the Shengzi, and read it aloud. The decree said, "Marshal Yuan Hong, skilled in both civil and martial arts, wiser than ordinary men, and continually victorious in battle, you are the great pillar of the nation, a true dragon among men. I have specially sent Minister Chen You with Sheep of Shang, fine wine, gold and silver silk, and a brocade robe to reward you and your soldiers. When you eliminate the rebels, I will grant you the title of a regional lord." Yuan Hong thanked the king and held a feast for the envoy. Then he invited Gao Ming and Gao Zhu into the main tent. When they entered, Yuan Hong took one look and understood immediately. These two were tree spirits, a peach tree spirit and a willow ghost. Gao Ming and Gao Zhu also recognized Yuan Hong as a white ape spirit from Myxian. They glanced at one another and understood. "We are the same kind. We stand on the same side." They exchanged a small smile and felt close to one another. The next day, Yuan Hong finished writing the memorial of thanks and sent the envoy back to Zhaojie to report. Then he ordered Gao Ming and Gao Zhu to go challenge the Zhou army at the front. Gao Ming and Gao Zhu rode out fiercely. In the Zhou camp, Neja heard challengers had arrived and came out to face them. When Naja saw them, he thought, one had a face like blue dye, eyes bright as lamps. The other had skin like pine bark and a mouth full of blood. One's tusks stuck outward like iron swords, and his beard hung down like red ropes. One held a Fanchan halberd with leopard-tailed tassels. The other carried a thick, wheel-sized battle axe. Both looked unbelievably fierce. Neja refused to be intimidated. Standing on his wind and fire wheels, he changed himself into 4 heads and 8 arms. He raised his sky-shaking arrow and threw it. The first strike landed right on God's head. A flash of golden light burst from Gao Zhu's skull and scattered to the ground, but the man didn't die. Without pausing, Neja sent out the 9-dragon fire shield. The shield dropped over Gao Ming. With a slap of his palm, 9 fire dragons burst out and burned everything inside. Neja returned to camp and told Jiang Ziya, "I wiped them out with a single move." Jiang Ziya was pleased. But the next morning, scouts came running. Gao Ming and Gao Zhu are challenging again. The scout report reached the command tent. Jiang Zijia's face darkened. He asked, Neja, didn't you say you finished them yesterday? How are they back today? Neja looked embarrassed. It seems they know some strange hiding magic. Yesterday I was careless. I only burned their outer shells and didn't hit their real bodies. Today, please come see for yourself. Then we'll know what they truly are. Zhang Ziya nodded and ordered all 600 lords to come out and watch how he would command the battle. He rode his for-naught-like beasts to the front. One look at the two generals' strange faces, heavy demon energy, and he shouted, Gao Ming, Gao Ju, how dare you block heaven's chosen army? You are asking for death. Gao Ming laughed loudly. Zhang Ziya, I know you're a Taoist from Kunlun Mountain. You have all these people from the 3 mountains and 5 peaks helping you, and you've been acting so arrogant all this time. That's because you haven't met real experts like us. Then the brothers charged with halberd, and axe raised high. From the Zhou side, Li Jing and Yang Ren also rode out. They said nothing and went straight into the fight. The 4 men clashed fiercely. Yang Jian watched a few rounds and instantly saw the truth. Gao Ming and Gao Ju's bodies were filled with demon energy. Their forms were unnatural. They were clearly not mortals. Yang Ren reacted immediately. He raised his 5-fire fan and gave Jiao Ming one sharp swing. Gao Ming's body flashed once, then vanished into a streak of black light. Seeing the moment, Li Jing threw out his treasure, the Linglong golden pagoda. It dropped over Jiaoju. The tower closed and Gaoju disappeared. At that moment, Yuan Hong and the Shang generals were standing at their camp gate watching the battle. Far away, he saw Jiao Ming and Gaoju vanish. His heart tightened. He quickly ordered Wu, Long, and Cheng how to take their place. Neja rode out on his wind and fire wheels to face Wu Long. Yang Jian lifted his 3-point double-edged blade and charged at Chang Hao. The 4 of them fought in a wild clash. Yuan Hong couldn't hold himself back anymore. He kicked his white horse forward, lifted his iron staff, and swung straight at Jiang Ziya, wanting to kill him with one blow. Li Ginzi and Wei, who rushed out on their horses and blocked the attack in front of Jiang Ziya. Lei Zhenzi spread his wings, flew into the air, and struck from above. Yuan Hong swept his iron staff wildly upward from below. Wei Hu threw out his demon-subduing pestle. This pestle was incredibly powerful. When it dropped, it felt like a whole mountain was crashing down from the sky. Yuan Hong couldn't withstand it. His body flickered, turned into a streak of white light, and escaped. Over on Yang Gian's side, he released the Howling Heaven Hound. The divine dog lunged to bite Chang Hao. Chang Hao knew how deadly this sacred hound was and didn't dare take the hit head-on. He turned into a ball of black smoke and fled. On Naja's side, he threw out the heaven and earth bow again, trapping Wu Long. Wu Long instantly turned into a puff of blue vapor and drifted away before the flames could burn his true form. This whole chaotic fight looked fierce on the surface, but in the end, no one actually harmed anyone. It was another empty battle. Seeing this, Jiang Ziya struck the golden bell to call the army back and returned to camp. Back in the main tent, he sat on the command seat with a dark expression. Yang Jian stepped forward and saluted. This entire battle was useless. When I left my master, he warned me clearly, once we reach Mangin, we must guard against the 7 sages of Meixian. Just now, we used every kind of magic weapon, but none of them could hurt those 2. They escaped as black smoke and blue vapor. Marshal, we must think of another plan if we want to capture them. Zhang Ziya said slowly. Say no more. I already have an idea. That night, Jiang Ziya beat the war drum and summoned all officers to receive orders. He commanded Li Jing, take my seal and this notice. Go to the east side of our atrigram formation. That direction is Zuan. Sprinkle black dog's blood on the peachwood stake there. Do exactly as I say. He then sent Lei Zhenzi to the south, Neja to the west, and Yang Ren to the north. Each was to sprinkle the same mixture of black dog's blood and black chicken's blood on the peachwood stakes in their directions. The FO accepted the order and left. Zhang Ziya then called Yang Jian. Tomorrow you will go to the front and start the battle. Inside the formation, you will use the 5 thunder method. Strike the peachwood stakes with lightning. He turned to Wei Hu. You take this bottle, fill it with black chicken blood, black dog blood, and add human urine and feces. Stir it all together. When Gao Ming and Gao Ju step into the atrigram formation, smash this bottle in front of them. Let the filth splash everywhere. Once their demon aura is suppressed, they won't be able to escape. Everyone accepted their orders and left. Jiang Ziya went out himself first. In front of the camp, he set up the atrigram formation, aligned it with the 9 palaces, and hammered peachwood stakes into every position. Everything was arranged perfectly. But Gao Ming had already overheard Jiang Ziya's orders from far away. He knew Jiang Ziya planned to use the 8 trigrams, the peachwood stakes, and the blood of black chickens and black dogs to restrain the 2 brothers. Gao Ming and Gao Ju laughed loudly in their camp. Such a waste of effort. Let's see how he thinks he can catch us. The next day, Jiang Ziya came personally to the camp gate and sent someone to challenge the Shang army. Gao Ming and Gao Ju came out and shouted, Jiang's, Yang Ziya. You always say you're the heaven-appointed marshal sent to sweep away Shang. Then why are you planting peachwood stakes? Why are you using talismans, the 8 trigrams, the 9 palaces, and dirty blood from black chickens and black dogs to deal with us? These filthy tricks are nothing but crooked magic. You, who came from a sacred mountain, actually stooped to such disgraceful methods. We are neither ghosts nor common monsters. Why would we fear such trash? With that, the brothers lifted their axe and halberd and charged at Jiang Ziya. From the Zhou side, Wu Ji and Nangong she rode out. Without a word, they clashed with Gao Ming and Gao Ju. The 4 fought fiercely, weapons striking again and again. Jiang Ziya rode his 4 knot-like beasts closer to the front line. He exchanged a couple of blows, then pretended he couldn't win and turned his horse to retreat into the formation. Gao Ming laughed. Stop pretending. You built this giant formation, so I'll go inside and take a look. The 2 brothers chased him right into the array. Inside the formation, Li Jing stood in the east, Lei Jinzi in the south, Nei Jie in the west, and Yang Ren in the north. All 4 raised their seals, chanted their spells, and activated the array from all directions. Thunder roared from every side. Up in the air, Wei Hu smashed the bottle filled with black chicken blood, black dog blood, urine, and feces toward the center of the array. Filth splattered everywhere. Jiang Ziya thought this would suppress the demon aura and trap them. But Gao Ming and Gao Ju had already turned into streaks of blue light and flown far away. Not even their shadows remained. Jiang Ziya had no choice but to pull the troops back again. In the command tent, anger was written all over his face. There must be a traitor. Before I even moved, they already knew every detail of my plan. Otherwise, they could not have reacted so quickly. Who leaked our secrets? Young Jian stood nearby and said, Master Uncle, from the day we left Siki until now, we have marched far. We fought 36 campaigns, broke 5 passes, won hundreds of battles, and lost many loyal generals and soldiers. Now we stand at the gates of Shang. Defeating King Zhou is only a matter of time. How could a traitor suddenly appear among us now? If there were a traitor, it would mean heaven itself doesn't want us to win. That makes no sense. He continued, in my opinion, Gao Ming and Gao Ju are not normal beings at all. They might be evil creatures from the mountains. If I go to a certain place to ask, I will know exactly what they are. Jiang Ziya asked, where are you going? Young Jiang said, I cannot say yet. Far away, Gao Ju secretly overheard their conversation. He told Gao Ming, they want to investigate our origins. Let them go. Even if he goes, he may not find out what we are. The brothers laughed again, not taking the Zhou army seriously at all. But what they didn't know was that the name 7 Sages of Maya Shan had long been known as a great danger in Yang Jian's sect. That night, Yang Jian quietly left the Zhou camp. Using his earth-burrowing magic, he slipped underground and traveled all the way to Jinjia Cave on Jade Spring Mountain. He walked to the bedside of Yu Ding Zhenren, knelt down, and bowed. Yu Ding Zhenren looked up and said, It's this late, so you must have something important to tell me. Speak. Yang Jian explained everything that had happened over the past few days, especially the strange powers of Gao Ming and Gao Ju. When he finished, Yu Ding Zhenren said, Those two must be the peach tree spirit and the willow ghosts from Chessboard Mountain. The peach roots and willow roots there stretched 30 miles underground. Over many years they've absorbed the essence of heaven and earth and the light of sun and moon. That's why they've cultivated for so long, he continued. There is a Yuan temple on Chessboard Mountain. Inside are two clay guardian spirits. One is Thousand Mile Eye, the other is Wind Falling Ear. The peach tree spirit and the willow ghost rely on the spiritual energy of those two clay spirits. That's why they can hear far and see far. But their range is limited. They can only hear within 1,000 miles and see within 1,000 miles. Beyond that, they're blind and deaf. Here's what you must do. Go back and tell Jiang Ziya to send people to Chessboard Mountain. Dig up all the peach roots and willow roots and burn them. Then smash the two clay statues in the temple. Their powers will be cut off. After that, cover the whole camp with thick clouds and fog so they can't see or hear clearly. Then they will be easy to handle. Yang Jian memorized every word, left Jade Spring Mountain, and returned to camp. When Jiang Ziya saw him come back, he asked, "Well?" Yang Jian only shook his head and kept his mouth shut. He feared Gao Ming and Gao Ju might be listening from afar, so he didn't dare say a single word. Jiang Ziya asked again, "Why won't you speak?" Yang Jian said, "I cannot say anything today. Master Uncle only needs to let me carry out the plan." Jiang Ziya nodded and agreed. Yang Jian left the main tent and ordered soldiers to wave 2,000 large red flags and another 1,000 soldiers to beat drums and gongs. He did it so the entire camp would be filled with noisy sound and fluttering color, making sure the monsters couldn't hear anything clearly and couldn't see what was happening in the formation. Only after everything was chaotic enough did Yang Jian return and quietly tell Jiang Ziya the instructions from Yu Dingzhen. Jiang Ziya understood immediately. Once the red flags wave, they won't see. Once the drums beat, they won't hear. With that, I have a way to deal with them. He quickly gave the order. Li Jing, take 3,000 soldiers to Chessboard Mountain. Dig up all the peach roots and willow roots and burn them. Then, another order. Lei Zhenzi, go to Yuan Temple and smash the two clay statues. Meanwhile, in the Shang camp, Gao Ju felt the endless drums and gongs shaking his ears. "Brother, my ears are going deaf. Look at what's happening in their camp." Gao Ming frowned. "All I see are red flags. So many that my vision is blurry." The two were irritated beyond belief, but they could neither see nor hear anything clearly. The next day, Li Jing returned. "All peach and willow roots have been dug up and burned." Lei Jinzi returned. "The clay spirits have been smashed." Jiang Ziya was thrilled. He immediately ordered Neja and Wuji to build a large altar, set the 5 elements positions, place the iron ritual vessels in the center, and paste talismans to suppress demon energy around the area. As they were busy, a messenger rushed into the main tent. "The 3rd grain transport officer, Zenlun, has arrived." Jiang Ziya called Zenlun inside. Zenlun handed over his officer's seal and, when he heard that Tusheng's son had died, he broke into tears. Halfway through their conversation, a strange wind swept straight to the front of the command tent. Jiang Ziya calculated with his fingers, then smiled. "Yuan Hong will come raid our camp tonight. Perfect timing." He ordered, "Drive peach wood stakes under the command tent. Paste talismans. Lay the heavenly net above and the earth net below." Black mist soon rose and wrapped the entire camp in a thick haze. Jiang Ziya commanded all units not to move. He placed Li Jing in the east, Yang Ren in the west, Nei Jie in the south, Lei Jinzi in the north, Yang Jian and Wei who guarded the command platform. Then he ordered Nanggong Shi, Wu Ji, Zheng Lun, and Dragonbeard Tiger, "Protect the camp of King Wu. Do not let the enemy near." Once everything was set, Jiang Ziya bathed, dressed in ritual robes, and went up the command platform to prepare. At the second watch of the night, the Shang soldiers really came. In front were Gao Ming and Gao Ju, followed by Yuan Hong's 2nd unit. Inside the Shang army, Lu Renji whispered to Yin Chunchu, "Brother, if you ask me, tonight's raid will fail." Jiang Ziya must have calculated this long ago. With so many cultivators under him, there's no way they're unprepared. We should stay in the rear. Don't fight to the death. Yin Chengshu nodded. Brother is right. The two of them already planned not to fight seriously. Gao Ming and Gao Zhu reached the Zhou camp gate, lit the attack cannons, and charged inside with their soldiers. Yuan Hong, Chang Hao, and Wu Long followed behind. Zheng Ziya stood on the command platform, hair loose, sword in hand, moving his feet in the heavenly gang steps. Suddenly, the whole camp roared with wind and clouds. The black mist thickened until nothing could be seen from sky to ground. The heavenly net dropped from above. The earth net rose from below, turning the camp into a giant dark dome. Thunder roared on all sides. Lightning cut across the sky like blades. Fire lit up and died away. Cold air filled the ground. Battle cries echoed everywhere. Gao Ming and Gao Zhu broke into the camp, cutting straight for the central command. At that moment, a cannon signal boomed. Li Jing from the east, Yang Ren from the west, Naja from the south, and Lei Zhenzi from the north all charged forward. Yang Jian from the left and Wei Hu from the right closed in as well. 7 people surrounded the 2 monsters in the middle. Zhang Ziya chanted spells on the platform. The 4 disciples shook the peachwood stakes. The formation closed from top and bottom, like a huge heavenly net trapping the 2 demons. Zhang Ziya raised the god-smitten whip and struck again and again. Gao Ming and Gao Zhu were killed on the spot. Their spirits were sent straight to the investiture platform. Yuan Hong, Chang Hao, and Wu Long were still fighting behind them, but were blocked by Naja and the others. Naja chased Wu Long. Wu Long instantly turned into blue mist and escaped. Naja trapped Chang Hao with the heaven and earth bow, but he turned into black light and fled as well. Yuan Hong was furious. Suddenly, his primordial spirit burst from his head. It was a giant white ape. Yang Ren was waving the 5-fire fan at him. The white ape swung its staff down and struck Yang Ren right on the top of his head. Yang Ren died instantly. The 2 armies fought all the way until dawn. Zhang Ziya sounded the golden bell to retreat. When he counted his officers, he saw Yang Ren had fallen. He sighed for a long time. Yang Jian stepped forward. Although we eliminated Gao Ming and Gao Zhu today, we also lost a great general like Yang Ren. In my opinion, Yuan Hong and the other 2 are all long-cultivated monsters. This cannot be rushed. Staying here forever is not a solution. I am willing to go to Zhongnan Mountain to borrow the monster-revealing mirror. Once we see their true forms and weaknesses, we will know how to capture them. Zhang Ziya nodded. Approved. Yang Jian left the Zhou army's camp and used his underground traveling magic to slip through the earth all the way to Zhongnan Mountain. He arrived at the entrance of Jade Pillar Cave and stood there waiting. He waited a long time before the boy attendant, Jinja Tongzi, came out. Yang Jian asked him to announce his arrival. He wished to see Yuan Zhongxing. After the boy went in to report, Yang Jian entered the cave and met Yuan Zhongxing. Yang Jian said, "Disciple wishes to borrow a monster-revealing mirror. I will return it as soon as I am done." Yuan Zhongxi said, "Very well. The ones blocking your army right now are the 7 monsters of Maishin. Out of all the people in this world, only you can capture them." With that, he handed the treasure mirror to Yang Jian. Yang Jian accepted the mirror, immediately returned from Zhongnan Mountain, and came back to the Zhou camp. He met Zhang Ziya and said, "There are the 7 monsters of Mishin. Tomorrow, please allow me to take the field. I will capture them." The next morning, Yuan Hong came out to challenge. Zhang Ziya led all the lords out, and both armies lined up for battle. Yuan Hong rode at the very front. Zhang Ziya said to him, "You do not understand heaven's will or the direction of the world. You should surrender." Yuan Hong cut him off impatiently. "Stop talking. You're just an old fisherman from the riverbank. Don't waste my time." He turned to Chang Hao. "Go. Capture him for me." Chang Hao rode forward with his spear, charging straight at Zhang Ziya. Yang Jian rushed out on horseback and blocked him. The 2 immediately began fighting. After a few exchanges, Chang Hao pretended he was losing and suddenly pulled his horse back to run. Yang Jian chased him, and while chasing, he raised the monster-revealing mirror and shined it toward Chang Hao. As soon as the mirror shone on him, Chang Hao revealed his true form, a giant white snake. The moment the white snake appeared on the horse's back, a cold wind swept through. Dirt lifted from the ground, filling the air with dust and icy air. Yang Jian understood. He shook his body once and transformed into a giant flying centipede. His centipede form was black, with yellow legs. His wings spread out like clouds, and the pincers at his mouth were like two razor-sharp metal blades. He lunged directly at the white snake and clipped it in half with his pincers. The white snake fell to the ground, its body split in two, twisting wildly in the dirt. Yang Jian turned back into human form, walked up, and chopped the snake into many more pieces with his sword. Then he quickly chanted a spell and used the 5 thunder method. Thunder cracked across the sky, lightning struck down, and the scattered snake pieces were burned into ash. From afar, Yuan Hong saw Cheng Hao die. Heartbroken and furious, he charged forward, swinging his iron staff. Yang Jian, you dare kill my general. Najie heard him and flew over on his wind and fire wheels. He turned into 4 heads and 8 arms, spinning his weapons to block Yuan Hong. They fought for several rounds. When Naja saw an opening, he released the heaven and earth bow, trapping Yuan Hong and his horse inside. With one slap, 9 fire dragons burst out inside the trap, swirling around Yuan Hong and burning fiercely. Yuan Hong had 72 transformations. Barring the flash of the firelight, he changed form and slipped out of the fire trap. At that moment, Wulong rushed forward with his twin blades and fought Najie. Najie turned back to face Wulong. Yang Jian stood at the side and shined the monster-revealing mirror again. The mirror showed Wulong's true body, a giant centipede. Yang Jian smiled, spurred his horse, and joined Najie in attacking Wulong. Wulong sensed danger and pulled his horse back to flee. Neja chased him on the wind and fire wheels. Yang Jian shouted, "Let me handle this." Neja stopped and watched from afar. Yang Jian caught up to Wulong. Wulong knew he couldn't escape and revealed his true form, a massive centipede. A cloud of black mist rose from under his feet and wrapped around his whole body. He tried to use the black mist to counterattack, flipping around to strike Yang Jian. But Yang Jian instantly transformed, this time into a 5-colored giant rooster. This rooster had green ears, golden eyes, wings like 2 steel blades, and a beak like a long, sharp knife. He flew straight into the black mist and pecked again and again, slicing the giant centipede into many segments. The centipede fell apart into dozens of pieces and could no longer move. Zhang Ziya saw the fight was over and ordered the drums to sound, leading the army back to camp. Now, back on Yuan Hong's side. When Yuan Hong returned to the main tent, all officers came to see him. Feeling ashamed, he said, "I truly didn't know that Cheng Hao and Wu Long were monsters. If I had known, I wouldn't have put them in charge of the front lines. They almost ruined everything." Yin Po Bai and others said, "Zhang Ziya is a Taoist from Kunlun Mountain, and he has many disciples from the sacred mountains. Our forces are small and weak. We cannot fight head-on. Our advice is to retreat to the capital and defend the city. That way, we still have a chance." "Marshal, please think about it." But Yuan Hong shook his head. "That suggestion is wrong. I was ordered to guard this place. Since I have been entrusted with this duty, this location is my first priority. If we retreat now, it means letting the enemy reach our doorstep. That is called waiting at the door to block the enemy. We cannot win like that. I have my own way to defeat them. Do not say more." The officers had no choice but to withdraw. In private, Lu Renji whispered to Yin Chengshu, "Brother, you've seen it. The situation is clear. Shang will eventually fall to Ziki. Our family has eaten the court's salary for generations. If we must be loyal, then we should die in Jiazi City, before the ancestral temple not die out here with monsters." The two quietly agreed. Then the logistics commander came to report, "Marshal, the army's food only lasts 5 more days. We need more supplies. Please give the order." Yuan Hong told the administration office to write a memorial asking for grain to be sent from Zhao Ji. Lu Renji stepped forward. "I am willing to go urge the delivery." Yuan Hong approved and sent him immediately. Back in Jiaozhe City, a giant man arrived. His name was Wu Wenhua. He was several zhang tall, incredibly strong, able to drag a large boat across land. He could eat an entire cow in one meal. His weapon was a massive wooden beam covered in huge iron spikes. He saw the notice for recruiting heroes, tore it down, and said he wanted to join the army. The officials sent him to Mingjin to be assigned under Yuan Hong. Yuan Hong took one look at Wu Wenhua and felt this man looked like a towering guardian statue, not ordinary at all. He asked, "General, if you've come, you must have a way to defeat the enemy. What is your plan?" Wu Wenhua said, "I have no plan. I just have strength. You command, I act." Yuan Hong was delighted. "Good. I will think of strategies, and you will provide power. With you here, we will win great merit." The next morning, Wu Wenhua received his orders and marched out, carrying the spiked beam dragged behind him. He reached the Zhou camp gate and shouted, "Jiang Shang, come out and die." Inside the command tent, Jiang Ziya heard the war drums. He looked out and saw a giant figure standing there. Shocked, he asked, "Where did such a huge man come from?" Everyone looked out and was stunned. Dragonbeard Tiger stepped forward. "Disciple will go face him." Jiang Ziya said, "Be careful." Dragonbeard Tiger walked out of the gate. Wu Wenhua lowered his head, saw an ordinary-sized man at his feet, and burst out laughing. Where did this tiny shrimp come from? Dragonbeard Tiger looked up at him. His body stood like a towering pillar. His head was as big as a boulder. His mouth was like a huge kill. His eyes like two caves. His beard messy like a bundle of wild threads. His straw shoes as big as small boats. Dragonbeard Tiger felt a jolt inside, but he cursed aloud. "I am the second disciple of Jiang, the Marshal Dragonbeard Tiger. And what are you supposed to be?" "Wu Wenhua said, "I am General Wu Wenhua under King Zhou. Go back and tell Jiang Shang to come out and die. I may spare your life." Dragonbeard Tiger was enraged. He grabbed a stone and threw it. Wu Wenhua swung the spiked beam down. Dragonbeard Tiger dodged. The iron spikes stabbed 3 to 4 feet deep into the ground. Wu Wenhua bent down to pull the beam out. While he bent down, Dragonbeard Tiger grabbed several stones and threw them at Wu Wenhua's legs and waist. Wu Wenhua pulled the beam out and turned around, only to be hit by more stones. Within less than an hour, Dragonbeard Tiger had thrown 70 or 80 stones at him. Wu Wenhua couldn't stand the pain and retreated, dragging his beam and slowly escaping toward the east. Dragonbeard Tiger returned to camp. The generals laughed. "He may be tall, but he's useless." Jiang Ziya heard the report but didn't think further on it. The day's battle ended there. The Zhou army, relying on Yang Jian, Neja, and Dragonbeard Tiger, eliminated several of the Maishan monsters. But everyone knew one thing: Yuan Hong was still free, his 72 changes untouched, and the monsters that escaped were nowhere to be found. Though the Zhou kept winning, the road ahead was still difficult. As night fell, Jiang Ziya, King Wu, and all the lords looked at the darkening sky, wondering what battles lay ahead. Wu Wenhua had been driven off, but no one knew if he would come back with another trick. Would Wu Wenhua return with a new plan? Would Yuan Hong come back with new magic to harm the Zhou army? With several Maishan monsters dead, what would the remaining ones do to stop Jiang Ziya? All of this, we will continue next time. This is Bunny. In my own way, I'll follow China's historical timeline to tell you mythic stories and unpack the history and culture behind them. Thanks for listening, please follow the show, and I'll see you next time. Oh, by the way, quick heads up, my other show, Monkey King's Son, Wukong, Journey to the West, is now live. If you love Journey to the West, if you're a true fan of Sun Wukong, you don't want to miss this. I'll walk you through a fresh reading of the story, clear, simple, and fun. We'll unpack the characters and plot, and I'll point out the hidden meanings and the rich Chinese cultural power inside this classic. Just search Monkey King Sun Wukong, Journey to the West. Look for the show with the same icon as this one. Follow along with Bonnie, and let's rediscover Journey to the West together.